Welcome back to the Den. It's Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. If you're like me, your coffee is currently 10% sawdust, and you've spent the last 20 minutes looking for the tape measure that is literally clipped to your belt.
It's actually on your head, Tiger. You pushed it up with your goggles.
See? That's why you're here, to save me from myself.
Someone has to. Welcome to TigerDen Daily, folks. We've got a packed one today. We're talking about the laser revolution, why you might want to stop burning rods and start inspecting them, and how to turn a staircase into something out of Tron.
It's a brave new world, Alex. I remember when high tech in the shop was a digital readout on a Bridgeport that actually worked. Now, we're looking at these new fiber lasers from Bistronic. They just bought out Coherent's processing unit. Here's the thing nobody tells you about the good old days. It took forever. You'd cut a plate on the plasma, drag it to the drill press, then tap it by hand while praying you didn't snap the bit. But this new machining extension, it does it all in one setup. Cutting, drilling, tapping, one person, one machine, no heavy lifting.
Wait, hold on. No heavy lifting? Is this the part where you tell us the robots are taking over and we can all just sit back and eat sandwiches?
Ask me how I know that a machine is only as smart as the guy who programmed it. I once spent 3 hours saving time with an automated CNC sequence only to realize I'd programmed the drill to go right through the vacuum table.
Haha, I remember that. The shop sounded like a jet engine eating a bag of bolts.
Exactly. But for the small shop owners listening, pay attention. When the big industrial players upgrade to these all-in-one fiber lasers, the secondary market for the older stuff is going to flood. That's your move. You don't need the 2026 everything in one if you can get a 2022 fiber laser for half off.
Okay, so if we aren't buying a six-figure laser today, let's talk about the people behind the tools. The AWS Welding Journal is pushing the CWI, Certified Welding Inspector, pretty hard this month.
Total game changer. Listen, I love the hood. I love the smell of ozone. But eventually, your knees start to have opinions about you crawling inside a chassis or under a bridge.
Is this a Tiger is getting old segment?
My knees are 114 inches shop years, Alex. Look, the CWI and the senior CWI, it's currency. You aren't just the person who can lay a stack of dimes. You're the person who can say why that weld is structurally sound. You're the legal authority.
But what about the guys who say, I've been welding for 20 years. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me what's good. Studies stanay não parecier analbrier.
Ah, I used to be that guy. Then I saw a foreman lose a contract because he couldn't sign off on the structural steel codes. If you want to move from doing the work to running the job, that certification is your golden ticket. It's the difference between an hourly wage and a professional salary. Plus, you get to carry a cool little flashlight and judge people's beads. It's very satisfying.
Spoken like a true perfectionist. Speaking of running the job, let's move into the Maker Mogul corner. You've been surprisingly obsessed with Canva lately, which doesn't feel very master craftsman of you.
Hey, aesthetic matters. Here's the reality for 2026. If you're just trading your time for money, welding one bracket for 20 bucks, you're going to burn out. You have to sell your brains, not just your back.
So what, we're all graphic designers now?
No, but we're all publishers. You design a cool bracket, don't just sell the bracket. Export that DXF file, hop into Canva, and make a clean, professional instruction manual. Sell the digital cut files. I know a guy making 10 grand a month selling CNC templates for birdhouses. Birdhouses, Alex. He hasn't touched a piece of wood in 3 weeks, and his bank account is thriving.
So the mogul move is to create assets that sell while you sleep. I like it. Higher margin, zero sawdust in your lungs.
Exactly. Use the tech to professionalize the brand. If your assembly guide looks like a hand-drawn map to a pirate's treasure, people won't pay premium prices. Make it look like IKEA, and suddenly, you're a boutique manufacturer.
Except hopefully with fewer missing hex keys.
No promises. Okay, let's talk about the fun stuff. The DIY project of the week, floating stairs with integrated LEDs.
These look incredible, but they also look like a lawsuit waiting to happen if you don't do them right. Floating usually means unstable in my brain.
That's the lesson learned part. People see the pretty lights and they forget about the physics. If you're building these, your anchors are your life. You aren't just screwing into drywall, you're hitting the center of those studs, or better yet, welding a steel stringer into the frame of the house.
And the tech part, the addressable LEDs. You're talking about Python and Arduinos now.
A little bit. Use an ESP32 or an Arduino. If you use 50 pixel density strips, you can make the light follow you up the stairs. It's not just a light flicking on, it's a warm-up sequence. It's spectacular.
Okay, but what about when the sensor glitches at 3 a.m. and it looks like a ghost is walking up your stairs?
Then you move. Leave the house. It's the house's stairs now.
Haha, fair enough.
In all seriousness, looking at the news today, the tech, the careers, the digital assets, it all points to one thing. The maker isn't just someone who hits things with a hammer anymore.
We're becoming integrated designers, inspectors, programmers, and craftsmen.
Exactly. The barrier to entry is lower than ever, but the ceiling for what we can build is getting higher. Whether you're studying for that CWI exam or just trying to get your stairs to glow, the goal is the same. Build something that lasts.
And maybe keep your tape measure where you can find it.
Hey, it's a storage solution. Don't judge.
That's all for today's TigerDen Daily. Go pick your path and get to work.
We'll see you in the